Students activists have held general strike to protest repression by the government of President Porfirio Lobo. He came to power following elections held under the regime of Roberto Micheletti, who seized power in a military coup against the democratically elected President Manuel Zelaya in June 2009. It was the first military coup in Central America in a quarter of a century. Well, under Lobo's administration, state security forces have brutally cracked down on thousands of teachers demonstrating against the privatization of Honduran education. In 2010, Honduras became the most dangerous country in the world for journalists, with March being the deadliest month on record. To discuss the situation, we're joined by Gerardo Torres. He is an independent journalist, leading member of the National Front of Popular Resistance in Honduras. Welcome. Talk about the situation in Honduras right now.
Well, thank you, Amy. Since the coup of June 2009, March has become, was the most violent month until now, even worse than when Micheletti was at the head of the coup. The United States government has supported Lobo and is trying to say to the world that he's a legitimate president and that we are in a democratic process and a reconciliation process also. But you can see what's going on right now in Honduras. We have an average of 2011, the last 3 months, of 25 women killed each week in Honduras. We have over 40 hate murders against the gay community members. We have 4 teachers that have been shot. 2 of them died during demonstrations. We have 3 high school students found 3 weeks ago near Tegucigalpa. The same day Hillary Clinton was congratulating Lobo for his advances in human rights and for his advances in the reconciliation of Honduras. So right now, what we see is that in the streets of Tegucigalpa and the main cities of Honduras, we have huge tear gas bomb thrown on us, rubber bullets, people being imprisoned, people dying. But on the other hand, you can see Santos from Colombia or the State Department asking for Latin America to put Honduras back in the OAS in the General Assembly that's going to be taken in June. So in one way, we can see how we're facing repression, but in the other way, there are a lot of efforts to get some legitimacy to Lobo. The other thing is that there is no freedom of speech, there's no freedom of meeting in Honduras. There's a lot of violence increasing because the regime knows that it has the support of the mainstream media. And in 1 year and 3 months of Lobo being president of Honduras, he hasn't finished one single project, and all the budget it's spent in weapons and in control of mass media. And now the United States has just approved $200 million for the drug war, and it's going to give it to militaries and policemen in Honduras that are known to be part of drug bans. So it's a very contradictory, and it's very ironic how in some other parts of the world, the United States is supposedly helping popular movements against dictators and against military regimes, but in Honduras it refused to keep on giving money to those who are killing the people of Honduras. This is the second part of a process of the coup. The first one was to take out Zelaya and to try to destroy the resistance.
Manuel Zelaya, who was ousted June 28, 2009.
Yeah.
Afterwards, a truth commission was set up. It was set up by the Organization of American States, and it designated the former Costa Rican president, Oscar Arias, the Nobel Prize winner, as mediator between the coup regime and the ousted government. What happened?
Well, it's a truth commission that is made by the regime. It's sponsored by Lobo and its government, so we don't expect much of it. There's another commission that is made by the platform of human rights organizations that's called the Commission of Truth, la Comisión de Verdad, which is trying to get all together. They have been all around Honduras, getting the testimony of the people that have been victims of the repression, of the violence, and they're going to present their final report on October or November of this year. We're going to have 2 reports. One in which Lobo already said that Lobo is not going to go to nobody's going to go to jail, and the other one that's going to say some things. Something that I have to say is that the new part of the coup is there's going to be on the 2nd week of May a conference that's called Honduras Open for Business, which has its title in English, and we're going to have in Honduras, in San Pedro Sula, Álvaro Uribe from ex-president of Colombia, Carlos Slim from Mexico. Bill Clinton is invited. He still hasn't said if he's going or not. And the idea is to put on sale what they have controlled by the military forces.
Gerardo Torres, thanks so much for being with us. That does it for our broadcast. I'm Amy Goodman. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. Thanks for joining us.